It marks 3 years since Russia's full-scale invasion into Ukraine.
Yeah, and as that war continues, leaders from France and Britain are heading to Washington, D.C., urging President Donald Trump not to abandon Ukraine. Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, as Ukraine marks the 3rd anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion, the capital city of Kyiv is once again under attack. Russia launching its biggest ever drone strike on Ukraine over the weekend, according to the Ukrainian Air Force. President Zelensky also under political attack. President Trump falsely calling him a dictator for not holding elections, even though Ukraine's laws don't allow for elections during wartime. Zelensky pushing back on those claims to ABC's Ian Pannell.
You're under pressure from Moscow to step aside and Washington to hold elections. Would you be willing to give up the presidency if it meant peace for Ukraine?
Zelensky says he's willing to give up the presidency if it means peace in Ukraine. Zelensky also offering to stand down if it means Ukrainian membership in NATO. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defending President Trump's comments.
The reality is the president is focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's stopping the killing and the destruction across Ukraine and ensuring an enduring peace.
But Democratic Senator Jack Reed criticizing Trump's comments.
Essentially, this is President Trump surrendering to the Russians. This is just someone who admires Putin, does not believe in the struggle of the Ukrainians, and is committed to cozying up to an autocrat.
The White House is also pressing Zelensky to accept a deal that would require Ukraine to give the U.S. revenues from Ukraine's natural resources, with no security guarantee in exchange. Meanwhile, protesters in Paris voicing support for Ukraine ahead of today's meeting between French President Macron and President Trump at the White House. Europeans on edge after what appears to be a U.S. shift towards Russia in recent days.